Hello. I thought I'd share a testimony instead of preaching scriptures and stuff, because testimonies are good, because no one can say you didn't experience something, and as opposed to scriptures, people tend to think, a lot of people tend to, come on, that's wrong, or whatever. So a testimony speaks 1,000 words, because you've witnessed that, you've experienced it, and no one can take it away from you. At the time I was an early Christian, well, believer, should I say. I don't like using that word, actually Christian. A believer, that I had a God that helps me. He helped me when I was in the army, under fire in the Falklands War, and miraculously, the bomb should have killed me. I was sat in one place and I just heard a shell coming over, and I moved split seconds, and a 155 shell landed right where I sat, and there was a very crater hole which could have been on me dead, and lots of close shaves like that, and other things. And when I cried on God in my heart, save me, I'm ready to die, He saved me, and He was faithful with us, and it was amazing. He was there for me. And when I came back and I started to look to some Christian conventions and things like that, I went to see a fellow called Charles Duke, the guy that had been on the moon, one of the moonwalkers, and he shared his testimony of going on the moon and how God had affected him in his life, and he experienced him. And the place was packed. It was down in Bournemouth, I think it was Bournemouth or Brighton, and he said at lunchtime that we're going down to the beach. There's a stage platform down there, and they're going to do some live testimonies on the beach to the people, to the thousands of people there. Right? So at lunchtime we walked down towards it. I was on my own walking down, and as I saw it from a distance, the platform, I just had a thought, it would be a good change. I would like to maybe share my testimony of the Falklands and stuff, how God helped me. It was just an idea, and then my heart started racing. My adrenaline started to race, and it was different. It was strange, and I wondered, God, is this you? Tell it, prompting me to do this, or was this just ridiculous? Something else? I wasn't sure, because I've heard people get unctions from God and the voice from God, all these sort of things, but I wasn't sure. I was new. It was new to me. So rather than go onto the beach towards the stage, I went into the public lavatories, and I just went in there and locked myself in the cubicle and just sat there, and I was trembling, I was shaking. It was an amazing feeling. And I said, okay, I'm your God, you know. I need to know if this is you. I want to make sure this is you. Will you, please, if it's you, give me a sign as soon as I walk out this toilet door. And I got up and calmly just went out. I kind of wasn't really expecting it, but straight away, almost a couple of yards from the toilet door, a little old lady came up to me, and she said, hello. Oh, hi. And she said, do you know Jesus? I said, yes, I'm a new believer. Yes, thank you. And she said, wait, would you like to share your testimony then? And I was gobsmacked. It was, I asked God for a sign, I was gobsmacked. He did it. That was the sign. Now I know way out. Now I had to go down to the stage, the side of the stage, and I spoke to one of the bouncers at the side, and I said, excuse me, I felt so silly saying this. God's told me to share my testimony up here in front of all these thousands of people on the stage. Someone was already sharing of it, and he looked at me like, and I felt so silly. I felt like a nut actually. And he said, okay, just wait there, I'll see somebody. And he went away, and I was stood there feeling really, really silly. But nevertheless, he came back. He said, sure, you can share up there. Just wait here until that person's finished, and then you can go out. And I waited, and all the people who were listening to that person up there, there was a lot of punks and skinheads mocking them and chucking things on the stage and everything. And I thought, what have I let myself in for now? And my boldness and courage had just gone out my feet when I was waiting there, and I was tempted to even walk away. But no, I committed myself now, so I waited. It was about half an hour, and at the end of the half an hour I was ushered up and said, come on up, you. So I went up, and I was before the microphone, and I was almost stuck for what to say straight away. And I shared about when I was in the Falklands and how I cried out on him, and he saved me from these shells that didn't go off around me, and etc, etc. And I didn't quote any scriptures or anything like that. I didn't really know much to say about it. But I just shared that he was there to help me in a time of need when I was terrified. And I watched 28 of my young boys, they were killed and they were lying in front of me. And I changed my idea about wanting to be a soldier after that. But nevertheless, I know God was with me and he kept me. And this is the basic thing I shared. I didn't realise I was sharing for half an hour. And at the end of it, I even got a bit of applause. And as I come off, Charles Duke, the astronaut, he came up to me and shook my hand, and he said, "Do you know, son, that was a fine testimony. Well done. That's good. Would you like to write this on a paper and send it in a letter and maybe a couple of photographs?" I said, "What for?" "We've got a Voice of Victory magazine, goes around the world, and I'm sure we'd love to put it in." "Yeah, okay." So I took some details and I did that, and I didn't know what that little bit of obedience to give that testimony meant, but God wanted to show me what he does to people who are just show forth a little tiny little bit of obedience, even though you might be scared stiff. It was printed in the Voice of Victory magazine in thousands and thousands of copies in about 20 or 30 languages sent around the world. I was amazed. This was like only God could do this. Only God could open this door and make it known. I couldn't have did this. So if you have something like that, don't be ashamed to share it. You know, you don't have to complicate it with much. Just tell it as it is, and you don't have to be some eloquent preacher or teacher or anything like that. All you need to be is faithful. And it was like I needed to do that. I needed to thank God, you know, for being there and being mindful of everything. And because he knows the secret intents of your heart. He knows if you're skiving away and you deny him, or you act honourably or something like that. You don't have to do it just for men to see you do stuff, because he sees the secret intent of your heart. And well, I hope that's that's encouraged some of you out there for something maybe God has done for you. That it might be really important for someone to hear. You never know. How do you know if you don't share it? I listened to somebody before I actually started to believe, so you never know. Just be obedient and be faithful, and always offer thanks.